Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Out at the forge again, going to do a quick one this morning because, well, it is Thanksgiving and we got people coming over. So yesterday we were doing some work processing the deer I shot the other day. And my youngest daughter suggested I should make myself a knife to do deer. Now, that's probably a pretty good idea. What I really need is a skinning knife because the one I made that I used a couple years ago, ended up selling it. So I'm gonna knock up something just for me this morning. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be sharp. Let's see what we can do. Be starting off with a little piece of 3/16 by 5 inch by 1 inch. And like always, start out by knocking the corners down. It's giving me a little trouble here because I didn't get it quite hot enough. Oh well. This is 1075, so it's not going to hurt it to work it at a little bit of a lower heat. Knock the other corners down. As you can tell, I'm running this in actual time instead of fast forwarding like I normally do. I was able to actually just fit this into a short video. Now, even though I said I'm running it in actual time, I did, of course, cut out the part in between heats. So now we're going to work our bevel down for the tip. Be careful not to mash it too hard and cause the end to fold over and get a cold shut. Be sure and work the thickness back out to the width of the parent stock. Now I'm setting down the separation between the blade and the handle, but just knocking it in. That's not quite where I wanted it, so I'm going to have to do a little adjusting here, but that's okay. I've been known to make a few mistakes a time or two, and since this is my knife, I can make all the mistakes I want. Take a little time, have a little look, turn it around and work the handle from the other side. Yeah, I decided to do the handle on this one first. Set it down a little farther back. You guys can hear the noise in the background, hear my dogs barking. That's because it is Thanksgiving and we're having visitors show up, and the dogs don't like anybody. Sometimes I don't think they like me. It's getting to be more right. Well, drop forged. Got to drop everything at least once. Giving me a little trouble. Get it back in the fire. Now we'll start working that handle out. Don't want a long handle because I don't really want a long blade. I prefer to have a knife that the blade is not long to the point I can't reach my hand forward and choke up on the blade and cover the blade tip with my finger. Specifically for working game, you cover the tip of the blade with your finger, you're never going to cut too deep. You're never going to punch a gut when you're cleaning one. Even everything out. Planish out some hammer marks. Put a little curve in the handle. Not too bad. Spin it around and get that blade going. Of course, we've still got some hammer marks to planish out first. It's okay to work your steel at a low heat as long as you're using light blows. Just taking out the hammer marks. I don't want a ricasso on this blade. And right now I turn it over and I'm knocking in, some people call it a shark fin on the blade, but basically what it is a place to rest your finger. If you're like me and you like to lay your index finger along the top of the blade. Yep, there's our preform for the blade done. And we'll start working our bevels out. Pulling steel down from the spine. I intend to do a little grinding on the flats of this bevel when I'm done, but yeah, I want it pretty close to forge to finish. Make sure everything's straight. Notice I'm not really getting in a hurry. I've got nothing but time. No need to rush it. If it gets too cool, just heat it back up. Getting in a hurry will mess it up every time. No need to rush. And that's a lot easier to see in this video since I'm not running it on fast forward. Just going to pull that bevel down. I'm looking for a edge thickness about the thickness of a quarter. Just tap it a little bit, even the edge up. It's okay. The edge is still plenty thick. Planish it down. Light blows, taking out the hammer marks. Now, if you don't do this as you go along, take the hammer marks out, you can really make a mess and end up chasing hammer marks forever until you get it right. So it's important to try to planish them out as you go along. That blade is looking pretty close to what I want. Just clean it up on the grinder a little bit. So we're done with that. Here's our finished up piece. Ready to be heat treated. Yeah, probably won't polish the flats back out. Just had to do a little grind to smooth up, clean up the profile. It's going to be a great knife. I probably won't even temper this. I'll just edge harden it. Like I said, it's for me. If it's for me, I can do it the way I want to. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving, a happy Thanksgiving. Be sure and be thankful for the blessings that God's given you. Be sure and like and subscribe. Drop us a comment in the comment section if you have an idea for future content. Until then, God bless and thanks.